Okay, people. So, man, I just gotta say, right? Today was phenomenal. Phenomenal. And it all started off with the gala screening of the Book of Clarence. Yes, the Book of Clarence, people. This is directed by, I was told it's James, pronounced Jeymes Samuel, right? He wrote, directed, um, it's produced by, oh, lost my information. So we've got Samuel, he also produces, along with Tendo Negada, James Lassiter, and Mr. Sean Carter, Jay-Z, oh, and Luca Severi. And it's executive produced by Garrett Grant. Rob Hardy handled that cinematography so well. Tom Eagles was on the editing duties, right? Dixie Chassis and Victoria Thomas, man, they did an incredible job with the casting. Production design is Peter Walpo. Art direction, we have Roberto Curacao and Francesco Scandal. Set decoration is Alexandria Quazzola and Corrado Battori. Costume design is Antoinette Messam. And our cast. Now, the listings are terrible on this one. So we've got the actors' names, but not the role they played. So I'm just going to reel off some names for you. LaKeith Stanfield, Chase Dillon, Omar Sy, Michael Ward, David Olayoye, Alfred Woodard, Tiana Taylor, Nicholas Pincock, Babs Olusanmokun, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, Anna Diop, right, Caleb McLaughlin, RJ Seiler, Chidi Ajofu, Eric Kofi-Abrefa, Hopi Grace, Arnold Ochang, right? We've then got James McAvoy, Benedict Cumberbatch. There is Tom Glyn Carney, Tom Vaughan Lawler, Oliver Price, Andrea Ali, Daniel Fraser, Caleb Frederick, Jack Myers, Francis Ezekiel, Miguel Francisco, Josh Goulding. Man, it was fucking great, right? So the gist of the flick, a struggling down on his luck man named Clarence living in 29 AD Jerusalem looks to capitalize on the rise of Jesus Christ by claiming to be a new Messiah sent by God in an attempt to free himself of debt and start a life of glory for himself with the woman he loves. So yeah, this, I mean, right, this was phenomenal. Now, Harder They Fall, that, I mean, it opened up the festival in I think that was 2021, right? And that film, man, I told so many people to go watch that film, and everyone I told loved that film. So it, to say waiting eagerly for Samuel's next joint is an understatement. You know what I mean? So as soon as I heard he had this Book of Clarence, I was intrigued. Right? Then you hear it's a biblical tale. So you're even more so. It's just like, yo, what's homie gonna do with this? So I was all set. Then I find out it's playing during the festival. I'm like, yo, shit just got real, right? Now, go back to this morning, get to the train station, and the trains are down. Trains are down. I thought, I'm gonna miss this fucking film. Luckily, got in town just in time. Just in time. And boy, I'm so glad I did not miss this one because this was phenomenal. This was incredible, people. Trust me. Trust me. Right? We this film deals with so many different things. So many different things in a non-preachy way, right? In a way that connects you to the subjects and you just embrace this story, right? So we've got Clarence and everyone else is just like, oh, Jesus, 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 I believe, right? But there's no solid proof that people are blindly following, which Clarence ain't about that life. You know what I mean? He's about the knowledge, right? The facts. So he's just trying to do his thing, right? He wants to marry a girl, but he needs to make monies. Enters into a deal, it goes crazy wrong, and he now has to try and make this money back. So we're just following him. And out of the gate, right? We have him going to see Jedediah. And so he gets in a car, and just a shot, right, of this cart going, because we're following from behind, and the cart's winding up this, cobbled street, going up this hill. And it's such a lovely shot, right? Just the way it's been done. It is so good. So good. So straight away, oh shit, Samuels is on point still. He hasn't lost a beat. Okay. Right? Again, because I said it with Harder They Fall, right? And you can go back and look at the receipts, but the music was like another cast member. The way, I mean, there's a bit when someone's stamping their feet and the bass, oh no, it was a stock of the gun on the floor, and the bass, every time the gun went boom, the bass went boom, boom, boom. And it was just like, and he just did this thing with the music, and he's done it again. It was just this seamless integration. That's what this was. The synergy happening in this film is immense. It's immense, people. You know what I mean? So you've got music on point. You have got a cast that is just out of this world. Out of this world, right? The dialogue, right? The script. Now, this sometimes can be the thing that gets you in or kicks you out, right? Because you look at relationships and you just be like, I don't buy that, or I don't think that person's gonna say that. Like, what? Sometimes things can be mad flabby. There is no excess fat on this script, right? The economy of words and the beautiful way they flow is poetry to the ears, right? It just fills you with joy. It's smart, right? There's a bit that's just kind of dealing with racism. A Roman guard is like, I've got to search you because people we've had description, two people described that look like you, and he's just like, what? We're the only people that look like us in this area. Show us a sketch. And we see we see a oh my god, we see a sketch. It's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. You need to see it just for that. Just for that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you're gonna get blown away. Oh man, it is so good. And that is just the epitome of what this is. It's just so smart, right? And here's the thing, right? I can't remember verbatim, but everyone is like, I believe, right? My faith is what gives me power. And Clarence is more like, yo, it's my knowledge that gives me power, right? I know that's why I'm believing. You know, you believe on what you hope is real. I know the facts and I'm willing to stake everything on that thing. Right. And that was just when you think about that, right? Because, you know, it's like it's easy to say something, right? And I've said this before, it's easy to say you're an ally, but when a group of thugs come to fuck someone up, are you gonna jump beside that dude, girl, and be like, nah, you don't do that shit? Or are you gonna hide and run? Or just stand there without saying a thing? Right? When you're in a boardroom and people are getting lied on and all of this, are you gonna stand up and go, that didn't happen? You know that didn't happen. It ain't right what you're trying to do. Are you gonna do that, or are you gonna try and protect your own gig? You know? So knowing something is the way something should be. You know what I mean? That's the real one. Because it's like, yeah, saying you're a thing, you don't know how you're actually going to act when it all goes down. But when you know and you still stand behind it, that is true fucking, you know what I mean? And that's Clarence, yo. That's what Clarence is doing. And it's about his enlightenment, this whole journey, right? And there's this moment in this film, right? I spoke to my boy Daniel, right? Yes, man, the director, writer. You know what I mean? I bumped into my boy after the films today, which was great. You know what I mean? We tried to touch base earlier in the week after Killer of the Flower Moon. But yeah, we bumped each other today and we talked about this, right? And there's a scene with hookers, not ladies of the night people, but the you know what are they Turkish? You know, the pipes and you whoo, you know, hooker pipes, right? And we see how that affects him. Now, here's the thing, right? The hookah, it's a substance, right? It's a substance to get that feeling, that enlightenment, right? That vibe. But the path Clarence is on is to get that in a different way, right? So the way this is depicted, and then you look at Clarence's journey, I thought that was a really incredible touch. Now, I might be wrong, right? That might not be what that was, but to me, that was a beautiful thing, right? Because it just showed, right? The high from this and the high from that. You know what I mean? And that's what this is, yo. That's what this is. We get a dance scene, that was, I mean, there's that great dancing in The Harder They Fall. Now, we can't forget the dance scene in Queen and Slim, right? The dance scene in Book of Clarence is straight vibes. It's straight vibes, people. It is just, oh man, it does so much. It is like it harkens back to the original, may I add, House Party, right? When Kid and Play had the dance off with the girls. You know what I mean? So it harkens back to that, but with these other new elements thrown in. This was just whoo. Man, we see people come together. We see people, standing for a people rather than their individual needs and wants, right? It just touches on everything. There is a Jesus throwback, which is, ah, I mean, I laughed so hard. It was joyful. It was joyful what they did there. Man, people, the Book of Clarence, right? If you weren't able to get in that screen today, don't worry, because it will be playing Thursday, right? The 12th at 2:30 at the Royal Festival Hall again. And on Saturday, the 14th, 12:30 again. Oh no, that was 2. This is 12:30, so 2 hours earlier at the Prince Charles Cinema in the downstairs screen. So yeah, there are your other opportunities to watch, right? It is getting a cinema release on the 12th of January, right? 2024. So if you can't see it during this festival or maybe one of the other remaining big festivals of the year, 12th of January 2024, mark it down in the calendar, people, because yes. Now, I imagine it's going to hit the BFI as well. And I will I will definitely go to that screening. Man, it's around my girl Tash's birthday. I'll probably take Tash and the peoples and we can have fun. You know what I mean? Another birthday outing. Yeah, that would be cool. And I've got to say, people, right? Like the cast, the cinematography, just the camera work on this, man. Like we have these shots circling people as they're talking, the zoom in, right? We got these kind of fade outs. It just it works so well. It worked like the other day I talked about the horrible transitions in Pool Man. There was nothing horrible about these transitions. Everything about the Book of Clarence was impeccable. It all comes together. No one in the cast dropped the ball. Everyone turned up and showed out. I will say this right now. As of this point, this has been my favorite film of the 67th BFI London Film Festival, people. The Book of Clarence is where it's at, and yo, gotta make sure that you read it from head to toe. Head to toe? I'm not sure that works with a book. From front to back? Yeah, probably, yes. From front to back, read that book because you will be blown away. And all I've got to say to you is harder they fall, right? Harder they fall. I know you were blown away by that. So, Book of Clarence is as good. It's as good. We do not get a sophomore hump out of Samuels. He kills it. He kills it. There's no Highlander 2 here. This is straight classic. Yeah, I said it, people. This is a straight classic. We're going to be talking about this from years to come. Every Easter, you may have been watching El Cid, the 10 Commandments. You're going to be watching the Book of Clarence from now on. Trust me. All right. So go see it. The Book of Clarence is legit. It's a killer, baby. It's a killer.